Yo, welcome back to another episode of the High Value Agent Podcast, where we inspire people to create a better life through real estate. And I'm coming at you direct today with a message. The things that I've learned that has stunted my growth personally and professionally, I'm going to share with you 11 years of lessons that if you avoid doing these things, you will grow faster, more frequently. You'll get to where you want to get to faster. Okay. So I'm going to share with you what took me 11 years to finally figure out. Okay. So here's a writer downer to get things going. Priority confusion is a growth killer. Priority confusion is a growth killer. And let me expound on that. When we are in real estate and we're operating a business, it is very easy to get distracted. And it is very easy to fall into the trap of, I'm going to do what is most comfortable to me. The reality is, the things that are going to actually yield you a high return on your time, which is your investment, are typically the most uncomfortable things. And let's keep it real. Real estate agents or the real estate industry, we are one of the most marketed to industries on the planet. If you're a real estate agent, a realtor right now, or an agent, I guarantee you get 50 emails a day from people trying to sell you something, trying to sell you a dream. Oh, make 100K and not have to make a cold call, or build a $1 million business in 30 days, or just crazy stuff, right? And just not real, but they're trying to sell you this thing to make a buck off you. And it's very easy to get confused as to what you need to make priority. And so priority confusion is a growth killer. This is something that I've struggled with over my 11-year career. It's making sure that I'm spending my energy doing the right activities and saying no to everything else, which is my number two. I guess you could say advice would be, the easiest way to increase your productivity, and you can even call it a hack, a productivity hack, is to say no. Okay. The number one productivity hack is to say no. Hey, do you want to go grab coffee? I'm a lender and I see you're a new agent. I just want to get to know you. No, nope, don't have the time. I got to do the work that is required of me. No. Would you like to do XYZ or ABC? Would you like to blah, 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 blah? Would you like to sign up for this new thing? No, no. Be in the season of no. If you're not where you want to be in your business, it's probably because you're saying yes to things that are not moving the needle in your life, which means you're saying no to the things that really matter. So we got to start saying no more often. A lesson that I've learned very, very slowly. And again, still trying to make this a something I don't even have to think about no more. It's just, if it doesn't align with the mission, and if it's not going to move me forward today, next week, a month from now, no, I'm not interested. And it doesn't mean I'm not interested forever. It just means right now it's a no for me. Okay. Another thing extremely important is having a schedule, aka priority management, and being under and just having an understanding that due to the season that you're in, that schedule will change according to the season that you're in. If you're in a season of, which you should always be in a season of growth, honestly, because if you're not growing, you're dying. But if you're like, okay, I have a plan, I know where I want to get to, I know what I need to do to get there, right? And I'd rather get there, like if it's going to take me a year to get there, cool. I want to make sure my schedule is going to reflect me getting there in 6 months versus a year. And throughout the year, my schedule could change depending on the data that I collect, depending on the changes around me, all that good stuff, I may need to make a pivot, and that is okay. It doesn't need to stay the same way all year. However, I need to make sure that I have a schedule and I'm following it. And if I need to pivot every 90 days, then I can do so. Another lesson. Okay. Um, Another thing too is just really understanding the language of leadership and having the skill set to ask questions that are based around accountability that's going to help support somebody taking action or staying on the path. That was something that is newer to me because I've been in production for, let's see, I've actually been out of production for about 4 years now, which means I've been in production longer than I've been out of production. And so through me being in production and helping buyers and sellers, I built up a very strong skill set in, mastering the real estate dialogue, communicating with buyers and sellers, influencing them to hire me or take action. When I got into leadership, when I stepped into being the visionary of the team, a leader of the team, a coach and trainer, I had to quickly learn a new approach, how to lead with effective communication, asking questions centered around accountability. So, if you're a team leader or you're somebody who's going to be starting a team, or if you're an agent, and just understand if you're a current real estate agent, whether you're on a team or you're a solo agent, you are a leader. You lead your clients. You need to understand the effectiveness and build up the skill set of effective leadership language. Okay. Another one, because again, I'm hitting you with these very quickly, is making sure that you're measuring your results. Now, for me, my challenge that I've had for years is I've always tracked my business numbers, lead measures, conversations, appointments, signed under contract closings, right? And for the most part, out of my 11 years, for about 6 years, I no 5 years, about 5 years now, actually, yeah, 4 to 5 years, I've had a bookkeeper. I've had a bookkeeper of some sort where I struggled, and I'm learning now to get things dialed in by having more accountability around it, right? So more implied accountability, but also too just quarterly and monthly accountability around it is the profit and loss statement. So our company profit and loss statement, it's one thing to be bringing in the money and the team is successful or we're killing it, right? It's very easy to fall into the trap of, oh, let me add this, let me add that too. Oh, this should help us and that should help us, right? Remember when I talked about priority confusion? Priority confusion. It's very easy to try to solve problems with money. Oh, how can we increase our conversion or our closings? Well, spend more money on leads. I learned that's not the best approach. And when we look at the profit and loss, you can quickly find out, man, you're spending a lot of money on marketing or on lead gen, and your conversion rate isn't really making the investment worth it. So either you can keep spending the money trying to fix problems with money, or you can kind of dial it back, and you can really get focused on the training and the accountability around working the leads and getting agents enrolled and excited to follow the process. That way they're getting better results, they're becoming more efficient, and they're building their business, which ultimately gives the company a high return. That is priority confusion, and or having your priorities dialed in and you're sticking to it. Okay. So tracking your business numbers, yes, but really do a good job of tracking your expenses, what you're spending money on, and is it giving you a return that makes sense? Okay. Now, if you're getting any type of positive return, it doesn't mean you keep it, right? You ultimately want to build an extremely profitable business, and so you're always going to be challenging things that you're spending money on and asking questions to see, do I need to add anything else? Do I need to remove something? And something that we came up with here in our organization in regards to accountability around this is, if we're going to add one thing, we need to remove two. If we're going to add one thing to the P&L, we need to remove two. Okay. And heck, I may end up increasing that to if we're going to add one, we're going to remove three. Okay. Very, very important. Now, to wrap up here, because I really wanted to keep this very simple. When we talk about being able to get things dialed in for 2026 and beyond, I want you to remember there are two levers that are going to help you achieve what we consider excellence in 2026 and beyond. Two, number one, nothing is going to happen if you don't take action. I don't, nothing else matters if you're not taking action. You need to get very clear. What is the specific activity that is required for me to do daily that is going to help me move my business forward, move my life forward so I can contribute to my family, right? What is that action? What is that focus going to be? For our team, if we have a roadmap that we follow, like it's a literal blueprint that if you follow this, you will make six figures and more. Like you can make multiple six figures if you follow this roadmap to a T. Within that roadmap, we really push on doing essentially 4 to 5 things that are, you could say, measurable. Okay. Number one is you need to practice what you're saying to people every day. So role play the real estate dialogue. You got to practice that for 30 minutes every day. The next thing is you need a prospect for new business every single day for 2 to 3 hours. And in that, you want to, if you want to like measure it, like, okay, cool. How do I know if I'm doing well or not? You need to be having 4 or more conversations per day with new people. Okay. And then you need to follow up with people that you've already spoken to. And in our system, we use a CRM that it shows you, it's pretty much letting you know who you need to reach out to. And once you reach out to them, they get removed from your list. They call it a smart list. And then once you're done reaching out to everyone that you need to reach out to, that the system's reminding you to reach out to, then you're at 0 for the day, which in our world, that's a win. Okay. You cleared out your list. So 1 hour of that today, every day, and don't stop until you get that number to 0. And then on top of that, you want to be doing open houses. Okay. 2 a month, minimum 2. If you really want to speed up the process, do 1 a week. Okay. If you want to speed it up even more, do 2 a week, right? If you want to speed up getting to 100K, let's say you don't want to, you want to make $150,000, but you want to make it by July. Okay. Instead of 4 conversations, do 7 a day. Instead of 2 open houses, do 4 a month. Okay. Continue to role play for 30 minutes a day. But if you want to, speed up the process of getting skilled on the phone, commit to 1 hour a day in practice. Very simple, right? Very simple. So number one is action. You got to take action. Number two is you have to build skills. So through constant inspection of the work that you're doing, your calls, whatever it may be, what was the outcome? And getting feedback on that outcome, taking the feedback and applying it, distill it down and make sure that it's fair and legit feedback, right? You can make that discernment, but apply it, and then you repeat that process. And as you keep doing it, you'll notice improvement. And then, you'll never get to the point where you master it, but you can get pretty damn good at this to where, you're able to build an incredible business and you're not breaking a sweat doing it. Okay. So it took me 11 years to truly figure this out and to just simplify everything down to a process that will allow myself and the people that are around me and the people that I talk to and other people that are, there's people that are doing, 2,000, 4,000 deals a year that have figured this out, a little, before I have. And it's not that they're smarter, it's not that they have special, like a special touch. It's just simply they're very disciplined and not going off the path of this roadmap that we're talking about. And I mean, they're fully committed to following it and then getting other people on board of following it and using the success of those people to inspire other people to get on board and follow it. It took me 11 years to figure it out. And that's exactly why 2026 will be the best year I've ever experienced for me personally, our team, and our clients ever in real estate since I've been in real estate, which has been 11 years. 2026 would be the best year ever. Why? It's because it took me 11 years to finally figure this out. And I'm sharing this with you, whether you're year 20, 30, 40, or year one or day one. You can apply this as well to your life and your business, and you will get where you want to get to quicker, and you'll actually have more fun, enjoy doing it because there's less overwhelm, less stress that is going to stop you from taking action. It's actually the stress and the overwhelm that you're feeling are signs of growth, not signs of inaction, if that makes sense. Okay. Cool. All right. As always, if you're watching this, comment, subscribe, leave us a review if you're on Spotify or iTunes, wherever you get your podcast from. Give us feedback. Let us know how we're doing. We're going to keep bringing you the information needed to help you grow. That's my commitment to you. So in the meantime, be strong, take action, implement what you've learned. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.